Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. These are my Vanarama National League playoff semi-final predictions and semi-final preview. As we now know our semi-final yet. Obviously, with what happened today for not meeting the EFL criteria, they did get removed from the playoffs. So we only had the one playoff game in the quarterfinals. We saw Solihull Moors defeat Halifax Town 4-2 in a thriller. That's what I'm saying about the National League. It can be carnage in terms of storylines like that. So Solihull Moors got through, and they will play probably the favourites to go up by the playoffs in Barnet. So we've got Barnet and Solihull Moors, and the other semi-final, which will be a very interesting semi-final. We've got Bromley against Altrincham. Altrincham will probably be one of the surprise practices in the National League this season. Probably have been a surprise practice, haven't they, in the National League this season as well, Altrincham. But as for the first game then, Barnet and Solihull Moors. Obviously, Barnet have been the better team in form, but not by much. Solihull Moors only lost the one game in the last remaining in the last 5. Barnet unbeaten in the last 5. It'll be a tight game between Barnet and Solihull Moors. It's always tight in the fucking playoffs, isn't it? It's always tight. And I'm going to go for a carnage storyline again. I think it will be a carnage of a storyline. I'm going to go for a 3-2 win for Barnet against Solihull Moors. Because Barnet love to score goals. Solihull Moors love to concede goals. And Solihull Moors, they completely bounced back from that season, haven't they? Obviously, this was a disappointing season for them last season. Bit of a drop-off. They're back in the playoffs. Both teams, Barnet have their playoff experience from last season. Solihull Moors have the playoff experience from a couple of seasons ago when they reached that playoff final against Grimsby. So, but I'm going to go for a 3-2 win for Barnet against Solihull Moors. I just think it's going to be chaotic, as it always is in the National League. And the other semi-final, we've got Bromley against Altrincham. Andy Woodman, what a job he's done at Bromley. To get Bromley potentially so close Bromley potentially 2 games away from the EFL is quite amazing, to be fair. The job Woodman has done at Bromley, it really is incredible. But what a season Altrincham have had. Because I never thought Altrincham would be anywhere near the top 7. I thought they would just be one of them teams who will just be above the relegation zone, start the season surviving. But they've been a joy to watch, Altrincham. They really have been a joy to watch. Altrincham are the better form team in terms of the last 5. Unbeaten in the last 5, 4 wins, 1 draw. While Bromley got 1 defeat, 2 wins and 2 draws in the last 5. But you could say form goes out the window in terms of the playoffs. It's a tough one's call. Between Bromley and Altrincham. But you know what? I just fancy Altrincham, you know. I do fancy Altrincham. I think it'll be a tight game, though. Because Bromley are very good. They are very good defensively. I do think Altrincham will score, but I think it won't be a 3-2 prediction like I predicted for Barnet Solihull. I think this will be more of a tighter game. I think this will be a 1-1 between Bromley and Altrincham, and I think it will go all the way. To penalties. And I I just think that's I just think that season experience might count for Bromley. I think that season's experience might just count for Bromley this time. Altrincham being a choice to watch, but I think Bromley it will end 1-1, and I think Bromley will win on penalties, especially with it being at home as well. The crowd are going to be. Can Altrincham talk with the crowd against them on the penalty shootout? Remains to be seen. So I'm going for a 1-1 and Bromley to win on penalties. It may be the boring answer. It may be boring me done for Barnet versus Bromley final. But I do think that will be the final. Because I just think Bromley's experience from that season will count. This will be the first time in quite a while. This is the first time that Altrincham got in the playoffs, so they don't have that inexperience on Altrincham. But they'll certainly give Bromley a one for the money, but I think Bromley will make it to the final against Barnet, and I still believe Barnet will win the playoffs. Because I just think Barnet are the more Barnet out of the teams that are in the playoffs. Barnet had a historic EFL club, Barnet. So I do think Barnet will win the playoffs as well. I think they will beat Bromley in the final. But obviously, I'll still do a prediction for it, whatever the final is. So, but they're my semi-final predictions for the Vanarama National League playoffs. Feel free to leave your predictions down below in the comments. There's going to be even more content to come because this weekend, obviously, the EFL season finishes and we'll know who's in the playoffs for each EFL league. So it's going to be a lot of content to come on my channel. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe, and see you later.